Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for November 24th, 2013. You might be a little bit confused when you walk outside this morning because you might think that, I don't know, it's December 24th, 2013, with temperatures this morning in the mid to upper teens over the northern interior, lower to mid 20s along the coast, with a wind from the northwest around 10 to 20 miles per hour, making it feel like it's in the single digits throughout the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. In short, ladies and gentlemen, it is cold outside and Arctic air is here and it's not going to be leaving anytime soon. And it looks like also all the models have come together very nicely to forecast for our Thanksgiving storm that will be on the way for the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan areas. So let's get to it because it's an interesting forecast. Now, first of all, on our surface map, we have high pressure dominating the eastern two-thirds of the country. It's an Arctic high pressure, just in case you didn't know. And you can see the pressure lines here. You see how they're packed like this? That means you're going to have strong winds. This is called a strong pressure gradient. So when you have a pressure gradient like this, that means it's going to be windy. And that means today, with temperatures struggling in the mid-30s, you're going to have a northwesterly wind around 10 to 20 miles per hour. It's going to feel like the mid-20s out there. So if you have any outdoor activities, like going to a football game, let's say, be prepared for some very cold weather conditions. That is for sure. Now, considering what is happening right now, we have a storm that's brewing. And it's setting up to have an impact on the region right in time for when you're getting ready to travel for Thanksgiving, which is on Thursday, by the way, just in case you didn't know. Now, this right here is the start of all of our troubles for Wednesday. This disturbance, which I'll show in the water vapor in just a moment, is producing waves of rain, snow, and ice over the southern plains, and it's starting to draw moisture in from the Gulf of Mexico. It's also pulling in moisture from the tropical Pacific. This is a sign of a subtropical jet stream getting its act together just in time for the winter. Meanwhile, as we move east, we do have a few snow showers that we're dealing with over portions of the Great Lakes. We have some lake effect snow developing, and some of those snow showers could push into northeastern Pennsylvania and northwestern New Jersey. When we zoom in on the northern mid-Atlantic here, you're going to see a very let's just say a very chilly forecast for one, but also the threat for snow showers developing throughout the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area this afternoon, mostly due to instability. Now look, there will be no accumulation. Just don't be surprised if you all of a sudden get hit by a nice little burst of a snow shower or a flurry this afternoon that could produce a dusting at most. But I wanted to bring that out there because with all this Arctic air, you get any type of moisture kind of mixing with this Arctic air, you're going to end up with a nice little rapid snow shower developing. Now here's our water vapor satellite picture. This is one very impressive subtropical disturbance here. This disturbance is intensifying. It's clearly a closed upper level low, and it will continue to pull moisture not only from the Pacific, but also from the Gulf of Mexico, and then interact with this polar disturbance that's way up here in Canada. Now the question really comes down to timing as far as the storm track here, and I'll show you what I mean in just a moment. Does this disturbance phase with this disturbance on Tuesday afternoon or on Wednesday morning? That's pretty much the question here as far as storm track and as far as who gets what as far as precipitation. I want to make this absolutely clear. If you are basically in the Philadelphia, New York City metros, or if you're along the coast, this is a rain event no matter what the track is. Okay, I just want to make that absolutely clear. There will be no accumulating heavy snow in the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. Could end up as a couple of snow showers, but as far as travel impacts, this is just a rain and strong wind event for those locations. Now we have the GFS, which finally woke up to reality, and we have the European model guidance, which has been doing very well. The European model guidance, to be fair, has been wavering as far as whether or not the low pressure system will be off the New Jersey coast or on the New Jersey coast. Meanwhile, the GFS model guidance has been wavering between whether the low pressure system will be in Cuba or in Nova Scotia. So you can see which model is actually handling this pattern the best. In this case, I want to use the GFS model guidance simply to illustrate, not saying I'm agreeing with it, but simply to illustrate the difference in timing now that the model guidance is all within 84 hours. We're getting a little bit more data sampling here. So on the GFS model guidance, the low pressure track is a little bit further east and off the New Jersey coast because these two disturbances remain separate through Wednesday morning. And so by the time we get to Wednesday afternoon and our low pressure system is driving up the coast, we have heavy rain along the coast, we have cold air able to invade a little bit faster. And so as a result, the low pressure system is not as intense. There's a separation between the polar and subtropical disturbances. So you end up with some heavy rain and some moderate to heavy snow over the interior. This is only if these two disturbances do not interact. That's pretty much the key here. The European model guidance, the NAM model guidance, the Canadian model guidance, the Japanese model guidance, and pretty much almost every other model guidance you could possibly think of basically disagrees with this solution. But I wanted to show you why the GFS is doing that. That way, in case you run into other people saying, hey, you know, the GFS is showing snow for, let's say, northeastern Pennsylvania, I'm going to show you why that's not necessarily the case. So here we are. For today and for tomorrow, high pressure is in control. We are nice and chilly out there. Temperature struggling in the mid-30s. It's cold out. On Tuesday, we have a cold front that attempts to move through the region. It stalls out. This is with the polar jet stream. Dealing with a few scattered rain, snow showers, changing over to rain showers. Now, notice the setup here at 72 hours. One, these two disturbances are separate, but they're starting to interact. Two, you have your high pressure system to the northeast of the region. That means we're going to have a southeasterly wind. Little note, anytime you have an easterly wind or southeasterly wind ahead of any type of storm and you're hoping for snow, you're going to be rather disappointed because that southeasterly wind is going to transport warm air into the region. So therefore on Tuesday, look for high temperatures basically in the lower to mid 40s. Those high temperatures will be later on in the afternoon. Low temperatures in the upper 20s to lower 30s. Now, as we move towards Wednesday, this is basically what we can expect. This low pressure system charges up the coast. One good news is a very fast mover, okay? So look for this low pressure system to move right over New Jersey. That's going to drive warm air even into the interior. So there are some aspects we need to work out here. First of all, notice that we now have a full phase. This leads to a negatively tilted trough. But we don't have much in the way of blocking anymore in the northern Atlantic, so our high pressure system is to the northeast of this low, so that means we're driving in plenty of warm air. On the other hand, we do have cold, dry Arctic air in place over the interior. So I am a little bit concerned that while the model signature clearly shows rain, we could be dealing with more sleet and freezing rain over some locations in the interior, like northeastern Pennsylvania, northwestern New Jersey, the Hudson River Valley, northwestern Connecticut. We have to wait and see. That's why I'm not putting out rain and snow maps until this evening or tomorrow morning, because I really want to get a good hard look at all the low level dynamics here with this storm for the interior. Along the coast, heavy rain. The brunt of this storm will be on Wednesday morning with very heavy rain, strong winds from the southeast veering to the northwest around 10 to 20 miles per hour. The good news is that this storm is out of here by the time we get to Wednesday night. We'll still be dealing with a few scattered rain and snow showers, change it over to snow showers, but the worst of the weather conditions as far as the heavy precipitation will be over. Then on Thanksgiving, I hope you like your cold, windy turkey, because winds are going to be from the northwest anywhere from 15 to 30 miles per hour, gusts over 40 miles per hour. You're going to have temperatures basically stuck in the mid to upper 30s. It's going to be cold, it's going to be windy, it's going to be ugly outside. So if you have any outdoor plans, let's say going to the Thanksgiving Day parade, bundle up. You're going to need that heavy coat. And then on Friday, high pressure's in control once again with scattered cloud cover and temperatures in the upper 30s to lower 40s for highs, upper 20s to lower 30s for lows. And then on Saturday, high pressure again, with a few scattered snow showers possible with a passing disturbance, and temperatures in the upper 30s to lower 40s. That's your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'll keep you updated on this storm, and once I get more data to really break down the finer details of what to expect, I will, of course, provide the information and put it out there. Thank you, as always, for being a member of NYNJPA Weather. And you can always follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and NYNJPA Weather on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and LinkedIn. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there.